Lights.
Camera.
Action.
And here we are, Mr. Minnick, with my 2013-14 Period 4 AP should be honors Java class.
Hey.
Okay, we are tracing a program off of my website in Unit 8 called ArrayListDemo3, even though it's called ArrayListDemo here, it's number 3. This is confusing because to beginners because we have this client program, and within the client program, we have an object that's called friends. It's a friends class, a friends object. The name of the object variable is homies. But the data type is friends, and believe it or not, friends is not built into Java. I did not import friends. Friends is actually a class that is typed out down here, further down on in this file, right here. Here is the class friends. Friends is a class that has one property called myFriends. And you see that myFriends, the data type of myFriends, is an array list of friend objects. So what do we have? We have a client program that makes use of a variable that is a friends object, which inside of it has individual friend objects. And this, folks, is how your contact list or how your Facebook friends list or your Twitter follower group, anything that you do on a computer device that has multiple friends, this is the kind of code that's running behind the scenes. And it's probably Java, by the way. It's probably the language Java. Okay, let's trace the client program now. Now that we got past that line of code. Oh, add friend to homies. So add friend must be a method in what class? It must be in the friends class, friends with an S. And it takes two strings. So let's go find the friends class and find the add friend method. There it is. I scrolled down a little bit. And Peter G. What kind of method would you call add friend based on the kinds of methods we've studied this semester? Accessor, constructor, whatever.
Modifier.
Wrong. An interesting method. It was right here, right above add friend. I
That's
gave you an easy one and you still blew it. But we'll learn from that. So we have this method that's an interesting method. What did you say, actually?
Modifier.
Okay. Most professors would accept that as an answer. So I take back my strong words there, because you are modifying the underlying property by calling this method. You are modifying it. So some people do call that a modifier. Even though it doesn't have the traditional set prefix, there's no law that says you have to always use set in front of modifier methods. It's a good style thing that somebody with the initials MA knows from now on when she's in this class, but it's not a law. So we call this method with, does anybody remember the first name and the last name that was passed as a parameter? I forget.
Something Samson or something.
Jill Sampson.
Jill Sampson. Good memory, Isaac. Jill Sampson is being passed in here at this moment. But look what happens. Jill Sampson is being passed then to the constructor, a other constructor, of the friend class, friend with no S. And it's being passed as an anonymous friend object. There's no name here for this friend object, it's just anonymous. So now we have to take Jill and Samson and find the friend other constructor. Well, let's scroll up a little bit and find the friend class, previous page here. Friend class was right here. And so now I'm executing this code right here with Jill Samson plugged in as these two parameters. And the Jill plugs into my first name, and the Samson plugs into my last name, which are properties of the friend class. Whew, that was very confusing. Hey, Jack, does the friend class have a default constructor?
No.
No, it doesn't. It's not typed out here. Does Java supply a free default constructor in this situation, Isaac?
No.
No, it does not. Some students think that it does, because there are other situations where in a class you would get a free default constructor. But since somebody typed out a other constructor here in the friend class, there is no free like John Doe default constructor that would give everybody the name John Doe or empty string or something like that. So that was just a note. Okay, let's go back up to the client program to see what just happened with Jill Sampson. Jill Sampson, as of this line of code here, is now in the data structure. Let's draw homies. I don't have much space here, but on the AP exam, you should draw things so you can really wrap your brain around this. Homies is a friends object, and within this object, we have a friends. We have a. I got to go look at the property again. I think it was an array list. We have a array list of friend. Okay, so I need to draw an array list of friend. Here's the little array list. It's very short because Peter B doesn't have many friends, homies as he calls them. So here's an array list. Its size is only 1 right now. He only has 1 friend. I should erase this and make it more clear. So we have an array list of length of size 1 with position 0, and in there we have a friend object, which within it we have a my first name that's equal to Jill, and within there we have my last, excuse my sloppy handwriting, my last that's equal to Samson. Let's take a second to ponder the complexities of this. Okay, now we're adding the friend Mary Roberts. So fast forwarding here, we end up with an array list of length, well, size 2, and 0, 1. And inside here, there's a friend object, and inside here, there's a friend object. This is Jill Sampson, and this is Mary Roberts. Okay, now what are we doing? Oh, we're displaying friends. Let's go call the display friends method. Well, where will we find the display friends method? In the homies, well, the homies variable is a friends. So let's go look for display friends real quickly. We're running low on time here, so I have to move fast here in this video. Display friends. Now that I would call it an interesting method. That is not a modifier method. It's not modifying data. It's more like an accessor method, to tell you the truth. It's accessing data and system out printing it. Normally you don't see system out prints inside of methods, but here I'm doing it anyway. We have a little enhanced for loop that is cycling through the friend my friends, the array list, and 1 friend at a time is being displayed. Now this Jack requires there to be a toString method in the friend class. If there's no toString method, this will bomb. This line of code won't work. You can't just system out print something unless there's a toString method in that class. So let's scroll up to see what format. Is it going to be last name first or first name first? Let's scroll up and look at the toString method right here. It happens to be in the friend class. It's putting first name separated by a space and then last name. So trust me that when this client program here executes this line of code, display friends, Jill space Sampson, and then if there was a system print ln, on the next line it would say Mary Roberts. So we've executed that code. Now the person's allowed to type something into the keyboard. They type in somebody's first name. Let's say that person's first name is Sonia. So we have a Sonia typed in with a capital S. Then their last name, Smith. I don't like to put last names on the internet. Real last names. This is a fictional person. If there are any similarities with a real life person, it is totally fake. And don't sue me someday if there's a real Sonia Smith out there. I'm not making fun of you, Sonia Smith. Now, if the initials are the same as somebody else, like SS, then just for the record, I'm not a rich teacher. Okay, so we have an if-else. Hey, look, it's a find method. In the class friends, there must be a find method that does a sequential search and goes friend by friend looking for a match. Trace the rest of this code in your own time and see me with any questions.